Welcome to a new video. Today we are talking about what should we do when we don't know where to start from when it comes to preparing our presentations and talks. And I want to start by addressing a very common misconception, and that is that people think that they really don't know where to start from, and that's what's stopping them. However, if you dig a little bit deeper, you almost always realize that the problem isn't that you don't know where should you start from. The problem is that you are not committing to a decision. And that's very common because as STEM professionals, we very often have so much data and it all feels like a bunch of mess sometimes. So it can be really challenging to find structure into it. And if you think about the hardest part of this process, it's actually the decision making of structuring and deciding what should go where. And today I want to talk about this. So I guess we all know that feeling that when you already did a bunch of work, like you did the analysis, you analyze your data, you did your models and whatever programming or whatever it is that you're doing, and then someone asks you to present that to others. And you just finished a super hard task, which is the analysis itself, and now you're asking your brain to address another very complex task, which is this structuring of the bunch of data that you obtained and the bunch of results that you have after your analysis. So it makes sense that you feel reluctant and you tend to procrastinate until it's almost, midnight of the night before, and you just put something together in order to have something to present in the morning and just hope for the best. So the thing here is actually the decision making, and we are really not committing to the decision. So that's the part that is stopping us, and that's the part that is sort of the bottleneck of the entire process. So now that we know what is the problem, how do we address it? Like, how do we make sure that this decision making, this bottleneck, isn't stopping us and preventing us from doing the task that we are supposed to do, in this case, a presentation? So the strategy would be to really try to shorten this decision-making time. And you can do this by addressing and having sort of a pipeline and addressing what is the most important thing that I want people to know. And just by asking yourself this question, you will instantly sort of get this sense of what is important and what really isn't that important and you shouldn't emphasize it. It's really just for you to sort of get a sense of the hierarchy of your data and the hierarchy of your results, like what stands out as the most important piece of information that I have to share with other people. So I really want to invite you to ask yourself this question, like, what is the information that I'm trying to tell these people? And just by asking this question, you will instantly know how to, or instantly start to sort of get a sense of what is the important part of your analysis and what isn't so important to share. Now, having said that, it's much easier said than done, of course. That's why people tend to procrastinate. That's why we sort of struggle with expressing our thoughts and sharing our thought process. So if you feel that every time when you have to give a talk or explain your work, even though you are an expert in what you do and you know that you know your stuff, yet somehow whenever you have to express it, it doesn't always come out as you wish, I invite you to join my coaching program, and because that's exactly what we do. So we really take your data, we take your specific situation, and with my help, you address exactly what needs to be addressed for your future presentations, reports, or whatever it is that you are doing or writing currently. So in case you're interested in this kind of support, I will put a link in the description down below in which you can schedule a free call with me, and we can discuss your current issues, your current challenges that you're facing in terms of your STEM career when it comes to communication, and we can see if we are a good fit to work together and if what I'm offering actually could help you make this progress. So I hope that for your next presentation and whenever you're stuck, you will ask yourself, what is this most important piece of information that I want to share with my audience, and I hope that it will help you move forward a little bit faster. Thank you so much for listening, and see you next time. Bye bye.